the Night of the Long Knives. This decisive and brutal purge, orchestrated by Adolf Hitler, was a chilling demonstration of his determination to eliminate rivals, consolidate power, and secure his regime's future. Far from an isolated act, this event was the culmination of years of strategic planning, political intrigue, and mounting tensions among Germany's competing factions. It marked the final step in Hitler's rise to unchallenged dictatorship, reshaping the power dynamics within the Nazi Party and the broader German state. At the center of this political drama was Ernst Röhm, one of Adolf Hitler's earliest and most loyal allies. A founding member of the Nazi Party, Röhm was a formidable figure and the leader of the Sturmabteilung SA, or Stormtroopers, a paramilitary force that had been instrumental in the Nazi Party's violent ascent. Known for its street brawls, intimidation tactics, and raw aggression, the SA was a symbol of Nazi power during the movement's formative years. By 1934, the SA had grown into an immense organization with over 2 million members, dwarfing the Reichswehr, Germany's official army, limited to 100,000 men under the Treaty of Versailles. Röhm envisioned the SA as the backbone of a new radical people's army, one that would replace the Reichswehr and enforce the sweeping socialist reforms he championed. This vision, however, clashed with the priorities of Hitler and his conservative allies. Röhm's calls for a second revolution alarmed Germany's industrialists, aristocrats, and military elite, key groups whose support Hitler needed to solidify his rule. These factions saw Röhm's populist and radical agenda as destabilizing and dangerous. For Hitler, who was focused on consolidating power and rearming Germany in preparation for future expansion, Röhm's ambitions became a liability. The Reichswehr, already wary of the SA's growing power and unruly behavior, viewed Röhm as a direct threat to its autonomy and existence. Prominent military leaders, including Defense Minister Werner von Blomberg and General Walter von Reichenau, pressed Hitler to act against Röhm and the SA. They promised their allegiance to Hitler in return for the SA's neutralization and a commitment to rebuilding Germany's military might. This arrangement presented Hitler with a pivotal choice. While Röhm's SA had been instrumental in his rise to power, its continued existence in its current form now posed a threat to his long-term goals. The army's support was critical to Hitler's ambitions of territorial expansion and war, making the elimination of Röhm and the SA an unavoidable necessity. The Schutzstaffel SS, under the leadership of Heinrich Himmler, played a central role in orchestrating the purge. Unlike the SA, the SS had evolved into a highly disciplined and loyal elite force dedicated solely to Hitler. Himmler, along with his ruthless deputy Reinhard Heydrich, provided Hitler with intelligence, much of it fabricated, claiming that Röhm and the SA were plotting a coup against him. These accusations, though baseless, gave Hitler the pretext he needed to act decisively. Himmler and Heydrich meticulously compiled lists of individuals to be targeted during the purge, ensuring its efficiency and reach. The planned operation would not only dismantle the SA's leadership, but also eliminate political opponents and consolidate the SS's dominance within the Nazi hierarchy. In the early hours of June 30th, 1934, the purge began. Hitler personally led a contingent of SS troops to Bad Wiessee, a lakeside town in Bavaria, where Röhm and other SA leaders were staying at the Hanselbauer Hotel for a retreat. Storming Röhm's quarters, Hitler confronted his old ally, accusing him of treason and ordering his immediate arrest. Röhm, shocked and confused, was taken into custody without resistance, though he protested his unwavering loyalty to Hitler. Simultaneously, SS units and the Gestapo launched coordinated raids across Germany, arresting SA leaders and political enemies. The purge extended beyond the SA to include individuals who posed no immediate threat to Hitler but were deemed undesirable. Among the executed were Gregor Strasser, a former rival within the Nazi Party, Kurt von Schleicher, a former chancellor, and Gustav von Kahr, a figure from the failed 1923 beer hall putsch. Röhm was imprisoned at Stadelheim prison in Munich. Offered the chance to commit suicide, Röhm famously refused, declaring, "If I am to be killed, let Adolf do it himself." His defiance sealed his fate, and he was executed by SS officers on July 1, 1934. In the days following the purge, Hitler addressed the German public, justifying the killings as a necessary measure to prevent a coup and ensure stability. He famously declared, "I was responsible for the fate of the German people, and thereby became the supreme judge of the German people." This rhetoric, combined with his cultivated image as the savior of the nation, won him the support, or at least the acquiescence, of many Germans. The Reichswehr, satisfied with the elimination of the SA's leadership, pledged its loyalty to Hitler. On August 2, 1934, the death of President Paul von Hindenburg enabled Hitler to merge the roles of president and chancellor, declaring himself Führer of Germany. He demanded and received a personal oath of loyalty from the military, cementing his absolute control. The Night of the Long Knives marked a turning point in Nazi Germany, extinguishing internal opposition and paving the way for Hitler's totalitarian regime. The SA's power was effectively neutralized, while the SS emerged as the dominant force in enforcing Hitler's will. The purge also demonstrated Hitler's ruthless pragmatism and willingness to betray even his closest allies to achieve his objectives. This grim episode set a chilling precedent for the regime's future, highlighting the extent to which violence and betrayal would define its rule. The events of June 1934 were not merely about consolidating power. They were a harbinger of the oppressive and brutal policies that would soon engulf Germany and the world.